Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be back. Can't wait to be out on court and I hope to see you there.
The screaming
Patriotic
hit.
red, white, and blue banners fluttered beneath harsh airport lighting in Austria, dozens of supporters, nearly 40 strong, shouting her name as 20-year-old Alex entered a nation where 30,000 Filipinos already live and celebrate
Filipinos already call home. She had
Scarlet,
not struck.
white, and blue flags waved beneath the bright lights of an Austrian arrivals hall, dozens of supporters, nearly 40 strong, chanting one name as 20-year-old Alex stepped into a nation where 30,000 Filipinos already live. She had not even reached her hotel before that Filipino wave transformed the airport into something resembling a packed arena, and what followed? What tournament staff allegedly attempted to manage, and what even a 22-time Grand Slam legend reportedly could not. Overlook showed that this surge had expanded far beyond anything the WTA schedule was designed to absorb. 72 hours before those airport moments exploded, Eala was battling on the red clay at the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca, with footage shared on March 31st capturing her engaged in demanding baseline exchanges, getting ready for her first Linz Open appearance as a seeded competitor in the WTA 500 field. Her ranking had slipped to number 45 after a frustrating Miami departure, and the clay stretch represented her quickest path back inside the top 30. Then she arrived in Austria, and the tennis world was reminded that rankings reveal only part of Alex's story. The Linz Open is a professionally organized WTA 500 tournament. Defending champion Ekaterina Alexandrova returns. The field is strong, the setting is compact, and that final detail, compact, is exactly the challenge, as insiders have suggested that the Linz Open's ticketing structure and venue planning are poorly equipped for what is about to arrive. One well-known tennis analyst summarized it clearly: 30,000 Filipinos live in Austria alone, and millions more are just a short flight from nearly anywhere across Europe.
Look at this. I mean, this was in Australia.
The analyst.
Crimson, white, and blue banners waving as a community gathers. The momentum is impossible to ignore. Attendance patterns keep repeating themselves, whether through limited seating allocations, tightened general entry, or an inability to expand capacity. The exact mechanisms remain unclear, yet the trend is obvious. During the Australian Open in January, Eala's outer court match transformed into the loudest environment across Melbourne Park, as Filipino supporters ignited the grounds with unmatched enthusiasm. In Dubai, fans holding flags overflowed beyond assigned sections and spilled into surrounding areas. At Indian Wells in Miami, organizers hurried to manage crowds that arrived not for rankings or seeded favorites, but for her presence alone. Each time the structure strained. Each time officials called it unexpected. When does unexpected shift into poor preparation? The airport scenes are where speculation ends and reality takes over. Eala stepped through arrivals in late March 2026 and was instantly surrounded, flags draped across shoulders, phones lifted like concert lights, chants bouncing off the terminal roof. This was not orchestrated publicity. No communications team arranged it. These were Filipino communities from Vienna, Salzburg, and Graz tracking her flight and gathering because Alex Eala represents something that statistics cannot capture. Imagine being a Linz tournament director watching that video later that evening. Your venue holds only a few thousand spectators. Your defending champion receives polite claps, yet a 20-year-old newcomer has turned the national airport into a rally before the bracket is even set. That is when the realization hits. You are not hosting a typical tennis tournament anymore. You are managing a cultural moment without preparation. The numbers reinforce what the footage reveals. Roughly 30,000 Filipinos live in Austria, a verified community spread across major cities. Add the broader European diaspora, groups in Italy, Germany, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom, all within short flights, and the potential swell becomes enormous. These are proven supporters. They mobilized in Melbourne. They packed Dubai. They colored Indian Wells with red, white, and blue. The trend stretches across 4 continents and 5 tournaments within a year. Monday in Mallorca brought clay drills at the Nadal Academy, quiet preparation away from cameras. Wednesday delivered viral airport clips viewed by hundreds of thousands. Sunday, April 6th marked the Linz main draw. That shift, from silent training to global spectacle within days, illustrates why Eala's rise breaks traditional tennis logic. Her development happens quietly, her influence erupts publicly. Fans tracking her journey already understood this was not temporary. Australian Open side court became the loudest venue. Dubai produced emotional scenes commentators struggled to describe. Indian Wells saw a cultural takeover dominating social platforms. Miami brought massive crowds for a player outside the top 30. One continent became 2, then 3, now 4. Hard courts in Melbourne, desert courts, California and Florida, now clay in Central Europe. Surfaces change, locations change, the support does not. Observers recognized the pattern before analysts caught up. Every event that underestimated the Filipino presence learned quickly, and Linz appears next in line. When the greatest clay player ever invites a young Filipina into his academy and later says he sees her like my own daughter, the praise carries weight. Rafael Nadal, 22 Grand Slam titles, 14 French Open victories, synonymous with clay, offering mentorship rarely extended beyond close circles. Eala described that bond in a March 30th interview, revealing genuine vulnerability. She admitted still feeling intimidated, her words stumbling when she meets him, even confessing to delaying replies to his messages because of admiration. This mentorship is not promotional. It formed on the same clay where she prepared for Linz, the same academy footage that circulated days earlier. When someone of Nadal's stature publicly supports a rising talent, it delivers belief beyond rankings. That belief spreads to Filipinos in Austria, millions watching from Manila, and tournament officials still trying to understand that this is no longer novelty but momentum. The Linz Open runs April 6 to 12. A semi-final run could push Eala back into the top 30. The opportunity is immediate. Yet Austria signals something larger. Tennis traditionally thrives on European and American audiences. Broadcast deals, sponsorships, and economics revolve around London, Paris, New York, and Melbourne. Eala is reshaping that formula. One Filipino star is driving attendance spikes and online engagement rivaling top seeds. Sponsors once overlooking Southeast Asia are now reevaluating after seeing airport scenes. After Austria, clay events continue to Stuttgart and Madrid, where Filipino communities are even larger. Hundreds of thousands reside in Germany, over 200,000 in Spain. If Linz becomes what data predicts, those tournaments will not call it unexpected. The supporters are already embedded across Europe. 3 weeks before Austria, Eala lost in Miami to Karolina Muchova 6-0, 6-2 while playing through a minor muscle tear later confirmed by her team. No excuses surfaced publicly, no withdrawal, no extended rest announcement. Within days, she returned to clay training at Nadal's academy. Footage showed full swings and aggressive movement, not caution. She offered no explanation, letting preparation speak. An Austrian airport transformed into a stadium. Tens of thousands of Filipinos across the country. Clay preparation guided by the greatest ever. A tournament reportedly scrambling to adapt. A 20-year-old responding to a tough loss by arriving in a nation already chanting her name. Alex Eala is forcing tennis to choose, adapt to the cultural movement surrounding her or continue believing traditional models can contain a global diaspora. Linz beginning April 6 will provide the answer. Leben lang, keep fighting, echoed through the Austrian terminal. It echoes across arenas and oceans to fans who recognized her rise early. The final question remains, will Linz embrace the Filipino wave or repeat past miscalculations? Share your prediction, and if you've followed Eala's journey from the beginning, this community is where that story continues as the clay swing through Linz, Stuttgart, and Madrid shapes the most significant stretch of her career.